live. And thank you very much for joining me. So you have read the caption of the broadcast. Read the description of the broadcast as well. Like it. Share it. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Maiyegun today, and then we can get started. Again, Maiyegun's Diary Political tells you more than what the other media platform will tell you when it comes to the actions, the inactions of the political actors in Nigeria, how their actions and their inactions, the unspoken words, right, actually affect you, all of us. So everyday politics that kind of like shape things for those who are regular observers. This is why when you stumble on Maiyegun's Diary Political, you should expect something beyond the headlines. All right. So they are all getting up, right, towards their 2027. If anyone is currently telling you that, whatever their action is, it's not about 2027, right? Especially the criminal politicians, so to say, I would see you as a naive person, right? Who would believe that. So, Aregbesola Kabiru, the immediate past minister of Interior for Nigeria, who was also the former governor of Osun, the first and the only person to have officially run down the entire state, like bankrupted a state officially. There are those who probably have not really made theirs official, but yeah, officially. Today is the secretary of the coalition who are working to rescue Nigeria from the APC. Egbekegbe, long story. So it was somewhere yesterday. It's been seen everywhere as one of their ROS and all that, trying to remind people that, yeah, I used to belong to these guys, but I have to be honest with you. Their intention for Nigeria is not real. It's not good. So it is better to save Nigeria from APC. Egbekegbe. So Aregbesola Kabiru, who is now the second in command in this coalition so far, right? It was somewhere where, like, a public forum where they are having a conversation around 2027. One of the fears of the people, the opposition themselves, is the fact that the system is so corrupt that if Tinubu will easily rig himself and the judiciary would ratify it. So what can they do to prevent all of that? So majority of them have been making suggestions on your TVs, mostly online as well, telling us about if something is not done before 2027, then others were like, okay, if something like this is done, it's going to lead to civil war. Everyone is kind of like having their own say. But my own take is that before we delve into it, right, my own take is that I haven't seen them shown the true kind of nature of opposition who are willing to stand for millions of you who are going to participate in their charade when Tinubu rig you out. You don't make demands like this on the pages of newspaper. You get what I mean now? You actually mobilize for it. You mobilize the entire country. They understand that participating in any other charade must be done according to the agreed rules by all sides, right? But it's all talk though. There are other things he said too in that clip. So Aregbesola Kabiru is talking about 2027. And according to him, the entire system is rigged. And he won't lie. He had benefited from that rigged system before. He had benefited from the election practices. But the thing is that for Nigeria to progress right now, that electoral malpractices or the rigged system is in favor of Tinubu. And if Nigeria must move forward, they must take that power of appointing the umpire, the chairman of the umpire, which is the INEC, going forward. So this is part of their conversation, and that's what we're going to start from. Then we're going to take it on as usual, like touch it everywhere, left, right, and center, right? So please share the broadcast, okay, as we take a listen to their suggestion of how to build trust in the electoral system, where people can truly believe that their votes will count. Abakabiru says suggestion.
Is that is the fact that we must compel INEC to do a public presentation of the technology it wants to use. Let us have an idea of what we want to do. Physically demonstrate it. Don't tell us you are using beaver, you are using bimodal, you are using this only for on the election day. You change the entire thing, and we don't know. It's abracadabra. We don't even know what we are doing. We see IRF, we see whatever the result you declare does not rhyme with what is shown. Let INEC demonstrate to Nigeria. It's part of the law of INEC. The existing law of 2022 law of INEC compels it to demonstrate to Nigerians how it's going to conduct the election. That will go a long way to at least compel it to a standard and a procedure that he has shown us. Not for us to wake up on election day and see different things. That is my first position. Please let me.
Sure.
Two, how come in India? How come in Brazil? How come in Venezuela? Where as we are voting, the tally is being done and we are seeing it. How come we cannot do so in Nigeria? As we are voting, the tally is being recorded and it's being shown to everybody. It's not about Ellie, it's about the system. We have committed so much resources to technology in INEC that is possible. Let's demand that of INEC. Simultaneous display of election as it is being done. The paperwork is just for parties to have record of what is happening. That is one. Two, agents of parties and observers are usually excluded from election. Agents of parties should monitor closely the processes of election to accreditation. They must not be given a wide bath on election day to just be looking at from afar at what is happening. They should be to determine whether the person holding the card is the actual person on the card. That's three. Thirdly, is about voter register compilation. Let us compel INEC to link its voters registration procedure with NIN. That will eliminate bloated registers and multiple registration. It does not speak for Nigeria that we register 3 million voters and we get less than 20 million voters. We register 93 million people to vote and we hardly get 3 million voters. Let us have credible register. And how to have that is to link it with NIN. When you link the voter registration with NIN, it eliminates multiple registration. And with that, we are sure of the voters that we have. We can then effectively monitor who votes, who does not vote. As it is now, we just have padded registers all over the place, waiting for the final day to just add numbers by writing. That's my thought. And to have a credible election, no, to have democracy, not credible. To have democracy, you need Democrats. And to have Democrats, honestly, there must be trust and confidence in the process. I rest my case. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed. And I've just been told that Governor Dauda.
That's Baba Kabiru. The idea of why can't your election be credible? There's something I want to remind you, just in case, if somehow, like as usual, you are impressed by, his tautology, right? But there's something I should remind you of, that Nigeria is not working, is by design. It is 100% intentional. Therefore, when you look at characters who have taken advantage of that lacuna, benefited so well from it, if they begin to speak glowingly of how the better idea than that unsustainable system they put in place, right? Why that better idea will now work. It is a bit difficult to trust them. I won't. If I were you, well, I'm not you, so me, I don't. So here is the thing. They spent 240 billion naira to develop a system in order to reduce the following: underage voting, underage voters registering, double registration, which is called sometimes multiple registration. So they needed a system that will win off, the entire voter register, okay? And erase all the fake figures in that register. Don't forget the register is developed by INEC. The INEC that conducts election, they developed the voters register. The fake names, the fake polling units, they intentionally developed them as well. And they put them in their system, which makes them official. So they took 230 billion naira to reduce corruption of election. They paid influencers, actors. They sent analysts and what do you call them to the TV to explain to the people how the IRF and beavers will stop all those things. So midway to it, they started giving reasons why some places would be like exception because of the internet or because of the terrain, because of this, because of that, as if all those were not factored into the budget of we want to curb electoral malpractices, which has, of course, reduced the people's trust in your elections. So election day came after so much spent. Yeah. And people were expecting to be able to just go to the website of the INEC, refresh the results page, check as things are popping in, only for the system to shut down when it was obvious that Peter Obi was leading everywhere at the time. Shocking. Everything else worked. Every other election worked. Assembly, National Assembly, the State Assembly, they all worked. Governors worked. Just the presidential, which means there was an intentional sabotage. So if the politicians who participated or witnessed all of that are now speaking in a way to say, you know what, we need to, you've always needed to. What about the characters putting all of this together? What happened to their intention? Is there punishment at all? Because there is none. So it's all talk. We call that, just word salad, all talks. But it's good they are talking. It's good. It also helps you and all of us, right, to be able to understand, right, the deep rot or the deep shit that Nigeria is in the hands of these rogues, eventually. And there is more. I think they added this too.
Thank you. I'm not a chief. Never refer to me again as a chief. I'm Ogbeni. I don't. And I'm a Republican. So
I shall downgrade you immediately then.
yes, I'm not a chief. I greet everybody. I'm sorry to have been here late. I got a bit of what the governor said, and I listened to him. The issues involved in Nigerian elections are not as simple as we are putting them. From the appointment of the chief electoral officer, that's the chairman of INEC, and all the commissioners, to all the issues involved. We know. We pretend as if we don't know. We know they are not, they don't even inspire confidence. So we must start from there. We must start from how do we appoint people who should pretend this process in the first instance. And I would say outright, we must review that to inspire confidence. And how? What's one suggestion? It's so simple. Let parties with at least 5 members in the National Assembly nominate people that will be at the helm of affairs in INEC on equal basis. It's as simple as that solves all the issues. If the parties now they betray themselves to allow one of them to run away with it, fine. A situation where the principal beneficiary of manipulation nominates who shares INEC has sincerely dictated what will happen. There is no issue about that. We'll be grandstanding in deceit if you keep on pretending that there is technology is as good as the person behind the technology. AI, as powerful as it is as good as the person manipulating the process. And that was why Stalin said cynically that the voters do not matter as the man who announces the result of the election. That's what Stalin said cynically. And since he said so, we have seen it clearly. It's not about politicians not being willing to accept defeat or whatever. No. I'm a beneficiary of shenanigans in elections and struggle for it and whatever. So you can, whatever you want to say about it, I tell you what it is. I'm telling you clearly. If you do not change the process of who manages what in the electoral body to at least downplay a single person dictating the tune and managing the affairs, we are joking with it. That is one. Two, I wish you of all the institutions, the governor of Zamfara mentioned law and order. The institution in charge of law and order, is it reliable? Is it reliable? So these are things we have to look at. Not talk of other institutions. And because of fear for myself, I won't mention them. Yes, I mean, we have to be very frank here. However, beyond the general statement, let me not be specific. I know it will take even constitutional amendment to have my suggestion that parties with minimum of 5 members in National Assembly should nominate people to manage to manage INEC. I know that will not be too easy, but it can be done if you are serious about it. Besides that, thank you. I'm not a chief.
Sorry. Hang on. Anthony, I don't think I got your message. Eh? my voice is loud, right? Then do we have any issue as well? Right. Let me know what you mean.